Today we're going to be going over the number one Ethereum scaling solution and that ecosystem, which is zkSync. If you haven't heard of it, it's using zero knowledge technology in order to scale Ethereum and take it to that next level. The gas fees are dirt cheap, the transaction speeds are through the roof, and the ultimate usability and scalability of this project is absolutely unmatched. Let's jump into what zkSync is, as well as 3 different projects that are going to absolutely boom in this ecosystem. And it's not sinkers, all right? I've got 3 legitimate projects that are going to boom in this ecosystem. So make sure you stick around, make sure you subscribe. My name is Zach. Just remember, nothing I say is financial advice. If you want to join that Discord server, the link is in the description. And if you want to join that Patreon, we're going to be making heaps more degen calls, all right? And we do have a degen in this video. But apart from that, let's get straight into today's vid. So zkSync, the network is out, but the coin isn't. All right? The coin will most likely be dropping in Q2 of this year. Very, very excited for this coin to drop. Very, very excited to see what market cap it is going to start at. Just like Solana, just like Ethereum, just like Arbitrum, just like Optimism, when these coins run, their ecosystems are going to run. So it's going to be really, really good to position yourself in the zkSync ecosystem. Why is zkSync important? Well, essentially, verifies transactions without revealing sensitive data in these transactions. So it's basically saying, yep, I know you are you, without actually verifying that it is you, which is a really good way to verify transactions. It keeps things private, it keeps things secure, and it keeps things on the blockchain without revealing any sensitive information, like we just said. So essentially, we can scale these projects and experience, cheaper gas fees, cheaper network usage fees, less congestion, and a lot faster throughput times, purely off using these scaling solutions. Now, the one reason why I think zkSync is going to do exceptionally well is the fact that it is extremely cheap in gas fees for an Ethereum scaling solution. We see projects like Menace using the same Ethereum gas fees. I mean, the other day I was using ZKSwap Finance and it only cost me, I think it was around like 2 to 3 cents to make that transaction. From that 30 to 90% gas refund through that site. So it's exceptionally good to see zkSync actually coming out here and really making a difference in the Ethereum scaling solution space. And it's great to see dApps already building on top of it, because the network is active, but the coin isn't. So we obviously know when the coin releases, it's going to be better for the network, and bring more awareness to the actual ecosystem, and much, much more. So ultimately, I do think zkSync is going to be an awesome scaling solution. But the thing is, right, I'm not here for the scaling solutions. I'm here for the projects that are low in market cap, that are building on top of these high potential ecosystems, so that I can invest in and I can make a lot of money out of it. Well, don't worry, I've got 3 projects right now. One is sitting at around $2 million in market cap, one is sitting at around $3 million in market cap, and one is sitting around $20 million in market cap. Bear in mind the second project. So the second project is actually in Australian dollars. So all you have to do is divide that value by about 0.66 and you'll have the true US dollar value. Just a little heads up, but let's get straight into our 3 coins. So the first project I want to talk about is Long. All right, Long the Dragon on zkSync, made by Noah from our ZKSwap Finance team. I think this project has some excellent upside potential. There's a few reasons. 1 being the crafting of our tokenomics and this coin. 2 being the backers of the coin. And 3 being the community. The strength of the community, the strength of the over-governing project, and more. We'll jump into that soon, but right now we're sitting at a $3.3 million market cap. $330 million market cap is 100x from the current point in time. Now, 100% of our coins in circulation. The coin is burnable. Our team allocation is 0%, so there is no chance for a rug pull, and we know the creators as they are linked with the creators of the ZKSwap Finance team. I mean, straight off the bat, it already ticked a few boxes for me, which included the tokenomics, all right, because the tokenomics is very important, the team holdings and the major holders / whale holders, and also how the project was created. It's a deflationary project, so I love to see that in meme coins. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto the website, because the website is awesome. All right, I'm very big on a nice eye-catchy website for a meme coin, because when you click on the website, you want it to hook you instantly. So we can see this is a nice witty website, and they've got a lot of information on here, including the tokenomics, including what the token is, including other famous meme coins in the cryptocurrency space. Lovely information about what our Long token is, information on why it is a community project, because ultimately, look at these tokenomics. I mean, initial LP was 40%, our pre-sale was 40%, and our burn was 20%. The reason our pre-sale is 40% is that so, someone doesn't come in as soon as the token launches launches, grabs up 100%, sorry, not 100%, like 50% of the supply, and then dumps on the entire market. That is how rug pulls happen without, people personally allocating coins to them prior to the contract being released. So what we want to see is, pre-sale is really good in meme coins, especially since it was a fair launch as well. And no team allocation. So we're going to see that the tokenomics is going to be very, very true. We're not going to have any rugging with the coin because our tokens are already distributed straight off the get-go. So it's really good to see. I do feel very safe holding this coin. I am holding this coin. I am going to keep buying this, especially at the market cap it is at right now. It is very, very small in market cap. I would recommend buying on ZKSwap Finance as it is created by a member from the ZKSwap Finance team. The token price action is looking very good. I will go back to it in just one sec, but I'm just going to jump into the Twitter. So I just jumped into the Twitter. As we can see, it is not botted, which is really good to see, and it's also got all of their information. I just want to jump onto here, all right? Our trading fees are 1%, and 1%, all right, of these trading fees are going to be burned, which essentially means that the supply is limited. But obviously, every single supply in cryptocurrency is limited unless more coins like USDT can be credited to hold the price compared to the market cap. But ultimately, with burning these tokens, it is going to really push that deflationary mechanism, and we're going to see a lot of coins being burnt, especially when they're being transferred. So it's really good to see that on the team side of things. So where do I think this coin is going? Well, it is just rising at a very natural pace at the current point in time. This price growth is very organic because we're not seeing any, shilling, anything ridiculous going on with the coin, any market manipulation, because it's not on any centralized exchanges. There are no algorithms playing with this coin, so on and so forth. So we're going to be using true technical analysis at the current point in time, and I am going to be I'm going to be mapping out some of these areas right here, such as our support area. As we can see, we did dip through support, so we do have another support area right here, which, as we can see, was one of our previous, swing highs. So I'm saying in this area, we could see price push in, maybe chop around, but I think this is going to be a strong support area. If I were to put in a bottom, I would put it somewhere in, where's my box? I would say probably the bottom would be around here somewhere if we were to come down this low, but it doesn't look like many of our pre-sale purchases are selling at the current point in time. I do think this can 100x because I think ZKSwap Finance is going to $1 billion this cycle. I do think this, because it's a ZKSwap Finance meme coin and it's going to aim to be the meme coin of the zkSync ecosystem, it's probably the most feasible meme coin in the zkSync ecosystem at the current point in time. I do think this is going to do very, very, very well and potentially hit that 100x in the future. Let's jump on to our second coin. So ReactorFusion. I think this project has exceptional potential. All right, we do have very low volume at the current point in time. I mean, it's not ideal, but at $2.6 million market cap, I'm holding this for the long term because I think zkSync is going to be a big hit in the coming months to coming 12 months, aka this bull run. But ultimately, the main reason I'm holding this is because of why it's here. It's a borrowing and lending protocol, all right? And this is a very popular type of protocol in cryptocurrency, especially when we're talking in the Ethereum space. So borrowing and lending protocols on the main Ethereum network, aren't really that useful because the transaction fees can be absolutely ridiculous to get your money on and off, and also to claim rewards. That's why projects like zkSync are here in order to make it cheaper and more feasible to use these chains and networks. So that's what I really like the idea of ReactorFusion, as it's bringing a borrowing and lending protocol which are popular on the Ethereum chain off that layer 1 network onto a layer 2 network, so we can still experience the same amount of rewards, if not better, but it's also going to be a lot safer, a lot more secure, a lot faster, and a lot cheaper in order to claim those rewards and use these protocols. So ultimately, it's going to be a good project in the future, and I do think this has some serious potential. I'm going to show you what I mean. So essentially, when you launch the ReactorFusion app, you are met at your dashboard. You can deploy ETH to your wallet balance or any of these accepted assets, and then you can stake these assets right here and earn passive RF. On this supply, you can then borrow out assets and then restake those and then claim even more RF per month. But then you can also go in and you can also stake your assets. As you can see right here, over total APR right now of 60.85%, with about 2/3 being for RF and 1/3 being for Velocore, which is the main decentralized exchange of the ReactorFusion app. But I personally just prefer ZKSwap Finance over it. They've also got their ReactorFusion loyalty program, a key initiative designed to distribute potential protocol airdrops directly to our community. It operates on a milestone basis, distributing points and rewards to borrowers and RF stakers according to a set of index once a milestone is reached. This process is calculated over a period of time between milestones. The transition to new milestones occurs when the next set of criteria is reached and a week has surpassed. So you can check out more info on this, but it is nice to see them bringing some other utility to this protocol, especially the fact that you're able to access potential protocols through the ReactorFusion app. As we can see, we do have their staking, which we went through before, and going on their swap takes you to Velocore, a third-party app, which is also aligned with ReactorFusion, which I don't personally use. I do prefer using ZKSwap Finance, but it is an option there. Looking at the chart, it's pretty interesting. Well, we have pretty strong resistance right here. Obviously, we did push through this resistance, but the support wasn't strong enough to hold our price, and we ended up falling back through. Right now, we're playing in this range right here, and I think this is probably going to be our main support area, if not right here. And obviously, our main floor is going to be down here, but if we get to that point, the price is probably not going to recover. So I'd recommend just watching this chart closely, but ultimately, what I do think we could do is make a bottom here, potentially somewhere, and then make an ascending trend line and start pushing to the upside once again. But ultimately, I am bullish on this. Just like long, 100x from the current point in time is only a $310 million market cap. So it's not that much in comparison to other projects out there, but it's really the question of, is this going to reach that market cap, or is it worth holding my money in something like Long or something like ZKSwap Finance, which is our third coin of the video. I'm not going to spend too long on it because you guys are pretty familiar with the project, but I just want to provide an update on the battle with zkSync. It's going to be very important to know about what is going on there, so let's jump straight into it. So ZKSwap Finance, the swap to earn decentralized exchange. We have a few major updates which we will go through, one being our centralized exchange listings and one being an update on the dispute, which if you know, so stick around to the end of this this segment in order to see that. But right now, look at that. Trading on MEXC. We just got MEXC and we've also got Gate.io. This team is delivering left, right, and center. Right, what they say they do. So obviously now they're in this dispute with zkSync, but I know this team, I know the founder, I know what they're going to do. They're going to push through, and this is going to be a major bullish catalyst for this project when zkSync finally recognize them, and it's going to send the price parabolic. I guarantee it. It's going to be one of those new situations which sends the project vertical. But what is ZKSwap Finance? It's a swap to earn decentralized exchange on zkSync, providing ultimately cheap gas fees and transactions, awesome aggregated liquidity, fast swaps, secure swaps, fully decentralized swaps, and a lot more, as well as different liquidity providing pools and options with huge APRs, farming, staking, campaign, and rewards, which are, rewards are in the actual project itself as well as the campaign. We've got our swap board, all right? Our swap board essentially shows, our competitive side of this decentralized exchange. The more times you swap, the more points you accumulate. The more points you accumulate, the more ZF you earn in reward to this. And say, for example, you earn 100,000 ZF, then you can just simply go into staking and then stake this in the pool. Upping your rewards, upping your boost, upping more rewards, getting more rewards, staking more rewards, building and compounding more ZKSwap Finance tokens, which is awesome. We've also got our heat map, our ZK lens, our memes area, and our ZK flow, our ZK bridge, our analytics, voting partnerships, our launchpad, and our documents, which are up to date, fully up to date. All right. And the one thing I love about their roadmap is they've ticked off everything they've done except listing on top centralized exchanges, which instantly makes me think we've got more coming. I would love to see a KuCoin. I would absolutely love to see a Binance. I would absolutely love to see a Coinbase listing, but those are in the future. But the main thing that's going on right now in this app is our dispute, which I wouldn't even really call it a major dispute, but essentially zkSync is refusing to acknowledge ZKSwap Finance as one of the main decentralized exchanges of the zkSync ecosystem, which give it time, I think they will, because I know what ZKSwap Finance and the ZKSwap Finance team is like. They're not going to give up easy. All right, they're not just going to bend over. They're going to be recognized by the zkSync team. I know how that's, I just know this team. I know they're going to do it because this team is just continuously pushing to get their project out there. As we can see, it's now a 94 code score, a AA, which is amazing. All right, a top 30, which is just, it's absolutely awesome to see. So it's a 92.64 at the current point in time. It's just our fundamental health, which is lacking a little bit, but ultimately it's a major rating. All right, I don't want to cover too much on this, but the main catalyst right now is going to be another centralized exchange listing, or zkSync ultimately acknowledging ZKSwap Finance, which I don't think will take too long, but I do think it will be down the line. Down the line for both of these projects. That is ZKSwap Finance. Currently, we are sitting at, let me bring it up. I've still got RF here, but let me bring it up. I think we're sitting at around that $19 million market cap at the current point in time. Oh, this is AUD. I've just realized it on the whole fucking video in Australian dollars. So I'm sorry if some of this stuff doesn't make sense. But essentially, we're sitting at an $18.86 million market cap with around $1.6 million in volume. So it's good to see around 7.3% of our of our market cap is flying in and out over the last 24 hours, with 32.75% of our coins in circulation. That is ZKSwap Finance. I think it's going to do exceptional in the future. I do think this can 50x from the current point in time. That'll be around $1 billion in market cap. That's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you want to join the Patreon, the link is in the description. And apart from that, I'll see you in the next one.